In 100 days, the United States will elect its new leader. Polls predict a tight race between former U.S. President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, but who has a better chance of actual winning? Let's turn to Professor Song Se-ryun for more. Welcome back, Professor Song.
Yeah.
What is it that will make Kamala Harris a strong contender to be the U.S. leader? Maybe she's a minority, that the fact that she's coming from a Jamaican and Indian background. What's your take on this?
Oh, she does have a diverse background, having Indian descent mother and a Jamaican descent father. So that makes her part Asian and also African. So this potentially a diverse background will certainly help her. But I think that her best advantage at this point is that she is young. I mean, relatively speaking, and represents a fresh new face to people who are tired of the geriatric competition between Biden, who seemed too old, and the old curmudgeon Trump. So I think that the fresh of new air would be her best advantage. And she does have a very illustrious career. She was a attorney general in California, senator, and also a district attorney of San Francisco. So she does have experience to come with it. But in a national stage, in a presidency election, people don't know too much what she did as a vice president, and a relatively new face also means that there are a lot of the doubts and criticism that she has to fend off going forward.
That's true, and she does have just around 3 months to really push herself. Professor Song, do you think it'll be enough for her to actually compete against Trump? I mean, she did manage to gain support from her fellow Democrats and, raise a record $81 million in the first 24 hours of her candidacy.
100 days is indeed not a long time. Today, I think, is exactly 100 days left. But she was fortunate to step into a campaign machinery that was built for Biden, and inherited a very good fundraising and support system. That's why she was able to raise $81 million in 24 hours. But it does seem that if the party machinery and the Democratic Party rallies against her, I think that she does have a very good starting point, although it's only 100 days left. She does have a very good public persona when she goes to the debate, because she was a prosecutor, senator, and her the representation of policies probably is a pretty clear one. So it would be a good match between Trump, who's good at the public appeal, and also the Vice President Kamala Harris, who can really enunciate what she believes in. So going forward, 100 days, it's not a long period of time, but with a lot of public appearances, debates, and stressing all those things that the Biden has accomplished, and making her a national leader, probably it's not a very short time either.
Right, and we also have to talk about Trump. Do you think Trump's campaign strategy changed its course ever since Biden stepped aside from, the election race? I mean, what will Trump's campaign strategy look like for the next 100 days?
Well, yes and no. Of course, because the target has changed, it's Harris. So I think that the Trump team will start attacking the Harris's record, especially the border, the issues, and also some of the policies that they will label them as ultra-left policies, and probably start portraying the Kamala Harris very negatively in the campaigns. Probably Trump will use some of the pejorative languages to make fun of her. Already we heard crazy and nuts
as
that
usual.
He used in the campaigns as usual. But I think that what might not change is that he'll continue to criticize Biden. Well, Biden is off the ticket. Why attack Biden? I think that what he will do is that Biden's failure is also Kamala Harris's failure as well. So they kind of bind them together and criticize the Democratic Party leadership, whether it be Biden or Kamala Harris. It has failed the expectations of the people. I think that's what they will focus on in terms of messages.
So just around 3 months left, what big steps lie ahead now for Trump and Harris? I mean, officially being nominated for Harris, but what's in store for Trump?
Well, at this point, Kamala Harris, she's a presumptive candidate, but she has to have a formal nomination. I think at this point there's a kind of a done deal. But I think going forward, going back to her fresh face and good the change of guard kind of a signal, being relatively young, but she has to kind of heap on the policy, the representations, what she represents, what kind of domestic and foreign policies she will inherit and change from Biden. Those things has to be clear so that people will say, oh, she's new in terms of presidential scene, but she does have a very clear and convincing arguments. I think the peculiarity of the U.S. politics is that we don't really focus on the people in the moderate end. As long as they can mobilize their end of the party spectrum, probably that's good enough to win, especially in the swing states as well. So I think that we will see a lot of Kamala Harris naturally, and I think she will not back down on the public appearances and even debates.
Right,
But for Trump, I think, yes, for Trump, going forward, I think that the more the same. He will have a lot of rallies trying to amass the fortunes in terms of spending campaign monies. And I think that we will continue to see him attacking Biden and Kamala Harris and focus on probably on the border issues and also economic issues.
Indeed. Like you said, Harris is yet to be officially nominated as the presidential nominee, though. But who will she pick as her, running mate?
That's a very important question. There are a lot of names kind of swirling around. There are top 10, top 8, top 3. I saw, but the commonality, I think, is that she has a diverse background, but also she wants to have a running mate who has a complementary background, maybe in the mainstream side. Maybe she could kind of go for another diversity in the minority side, but that's a risky move. So the names I heard is that there are some governors, Pennsylvania governors. Mark Kelly, he has a cool background as being a astronaut and also a Navy officer, and he has a pretty tough policies that he has been successful with. And there's a Pennsylvania governor, Joe Shapiro. He was also successful in school funding issues that people can identify and has a bipartisan support. So he is kind of a figure that people can kind of look up to. And another name a name is Tim Walz. He's a Minnesota governor. He has a very deep connection with the Democratic machinery. So deep establishment party connection and also history of progressive lawmaking he brings. So those are the things that can help Kamala Harris. And people naturally think about if something happened to the president, who's the vice president, who will become our president. But looking at those names, those are competent names that I can see.
Right, whoever Harris picks, the day will draw as much as attention that people drew on J.D. Vance.
Right. Going forward, I think that's the big tall order for the Kamala Harris, but with unity and the rallying of the machinery and the party personnel, I think it's a doable fight. I mean, a week ago or 10 days ago, people kind of wrote off Kamala Harris in an incident. But at this point, with a couple of key big moments, the Biden stepping off and looking at the kind of a new scene where the changing of guard is at issue, whether Trump will continue. But another challenge that Trump has, of course, is his legal challenges. Mm-hmm. He has a lot of court appearance dates and maybe a verdict that will go against him. So those kind of drama are awaiting us. So U.S. 100 days, it will be not short of many dramas to look forward to at this point.
All right, Professor Song, thank you so much for making your time all the way from Portland this morning. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.